All right, man. Calvin Ford was on the Last Stand podcast, and he says that he wants Tank to, he wants Tank to fight Devin Haney and Shakur Stevenson, um, and we know that's not gonna happen. Uh, so I mean, at the end of the day, he can say what he wants, but we know um, what the process truly is for Gervonta Davis. I kind of mentioned this on live on Wednesday night, and I basically said that how they kind of suck you, how they made you wait for Spencer Crawford, where well, let's just talk about Ryan and Tank, and then people say, well, after Ryan and Tank, we gonna get better, now Tank gonna step it up or whatever. And that's not necessarily the truth. He probably gonna turn around and fight Eastside Cruz too and lose jail as an excuse. So it don't mean this is gonna be the trend. They drug their feet kicking and screaming not to be able to make Errol Spence and Terrence Crawford and Ryan Garcia and Gervonta Davis. If it wasn't for Ryan Garcia, you know, um, you know, bending to all their demands, and if it wasn't for Terrence Crawford being mentally strong and Errol Spence helping him out, then it wouldn't have been no fight. Let's call it what it have been. It wouldn't have been no fight. So it was a credit to a lot of those, to those other guys, because Al Heyman was trying to deter his top fighters from making those fights. And it was concession after concession. It was bullshit after bullshit. You know what I'm saying? It was bull job after bull job. And that's what it was. We got to call a spade a spade. But Gervonta Davis, trainer, having for I need him to become the guy sitting on the throne with everybody saying he's the truth. There's two left that everybody talks about. I've got to get to them. Shakur Stevenson, Devin Haney, they're the two left. But then the longer you wait, then three come about, then four come about, then five come about, then six come about. You know what I'm saying? So no matter a lot of times how you slice the cake, you know what I'm saying, it's gonna be more and more and more and more that comes about. So he can say whatever he want to say, but the longer you wait, the longer you drag it out, the more adversaries people want to see him fight. Especially if you go up to 140 and fight Haney, let's say you get a title or Teofimo Lopez, and people going to see Regis, and people going to see Samuel Matias. It's never just one or two left. Andre Ward left. People say, "Oh, he was just ducking Arthur Better BF." This game don't stop. When Floyd finally, mustered the courage to get in the ring with Manny Pacquiao, then they needed to go fight Triple G. So it ain't never the end, especially for the brothers. And I ain't saying that boxing is wrong. I'm not saying boxing is wrong. It's a never-ending opinionated sport. That's promoters' jobs. That's promoters' jobs to continue to build up adversaries for these guys. To continue to build up adversaries for these guys. That's their job. That's their jobs. But we already know that's not going to happen in a timely manner. If you don't fight Devin Haney for all the belts before you vacate, I mean, y'all been sitting on the Reggie belt for how long? Somebody in the comment section, T.O. in that conversation now. Well, he retired. And I'm going to talk about that in the next coming days. Hopefully, by the time y'all see this on Friday. It's about to be a storm today, so my power might go out. Shit. It is what it is. Hope not. But but nonetheless, I mean, what better way? I understand, kind of like, oh, Shakur, we need to make that a unification bout, or we want to put some belts up there. Even if they want to go as far as they want to make it for undisputed, they clear the path for Tank. because he quote unquote the cash cow at lightweight. They'll make room for Tank to come up through there. They'll make room for him to come up through there. But who are we kidding, dude? This dude got the confidence. He got the confidence of a flat chested high school girl. None whatsoever. He's not a confident guy when it comes to this shit. If he was confident, usually guys that believe in their power and they believe their power reigns supreme, they usually fairly confident, really confident. And one time you can break their confidence is showing them that their power is not affecting you. That's how you usually break their confidence. But he got with the power, skills. I mean, he got the complete package, but he moving a little bit sketchy. I think a little bit is an understatement, but he moving sketchy. But what Calvin want, what Gervonta want, and what Al want is three different things. And the longer you wait, it's gonna be 3 left. It's gonna be 4 left. It's gonna be 5 left. It's gonna be 6 left. And then when have you heard somebody's about to turn? What is he about to turn? 29 years old. How many times you hear these dudes talk retirement? T.O. talk retirement, even though it's a leverage thing. He be 29 in November. Gervonta, I just want to retire. Man, these niggas ain't making that type of money to walk away from the sport. I'm telling you, bro. I'm telling you. These dudes just simply don't want to compete. They think fighting Shakur, fighting Devin, that's the end all be all. Fighting Terrence Crawford, that's the end all be all. Man, your career just not starting. Your career just not starting. A lot of these niggas fights is the equivalent of Muhammad Ali fighting Sonny Liston and taking the title. That's what a lot of these fights are. A lot of these fights is George Foreman beating the shit out of Joe Frazier. A lot of these fights is Sugar Ray Leonard beating Rafael Benitez. He was like Rodney Dangerfield at that point. He still didn't get no respect. He beat the youngest champion in boxing history, and that will never change unless the rules change again. He still had to prove himself versus Roberto Duran. He still had to prove himself twice. Had to prove himself versus Thomas Hearns. Come on. This is where y'all at in y'all career. And the fights that make y'all think y'all top dogs, y'all top chefs, that's not those fights. Fighting Shakur Devin, that's just the beginning. Like I said, Sugar Ray had to run through Benitez, Duran, Thomas Hearns, and people really wanted to see him fight Aaron Pryor. Hagler and Michael Nunn had damn near, I think Hagler had in the mid 40 fights before he got a title shot. He got fucked over. Michael Nunn had 38, 35, sixes, fights before he won the title. But guess what? When he got that title, he was recognized as, by a lot of publications as pound for pound number one. So these dudes running around, talking about, what they accomplished. They've accomplished nothing. They've accomplished, with inflation, that money is nothing compared to what they was making back in the day. And those old heads couldn't take care of their money. Y'all gonna run out of money. You niggas gonna think y'all be able to retire, gonna be right back in boxing. So saying it's only 2 left, saying it's only this, man, dude, it's always opponents left. Y'all ain't done nothing to even think about. Y'all ain't done nothing to even think about retirement. Y'all ain't done nothing to think about Hall of Fame. If it wasn't for him having 27 trinkets, you know what I'm saying? If it wasn't for them having 20,000 trinkets and belts, a lot of you niggas wouldn't even be called world champion. A lot of you jokers wouldn't be called, world champions. I said again, a lot of y'all wouldn't be called world champions. If it was one or 2 belts per division, Gervonta Davis wouldn't be world champion. So, don't sit here and gas the fans up like, oh, this is what I want. Calvin don't make no decisions. When he was with Floyd was basically running the corner. And this isn't no disrespect to Coach Calvin, because I respect Coach Calvin and what he do for the youth and what he do for Tank. I respect him, no doubt about it. But we know he ain't making the decisions. We know who he is. We know who is. You know, like the great Detroit rap group, the Lodge Boys said, you can buy your own bag, you can make your own decisions. And Al Heyman got his bag. And he probably owe against the stone. Most of that Ryan Garcia check probably going into his going back to Al Heyman. He playing a dirty game, bro. And the same dirty game that y'all was emasculating Bob Arum about is the same game they all play. Some more public than others. Especially when you with somebody who don't guarantee you a contract, who guarantee you a fight every year when you don't have a guaranteed number of fights. What scam you think he running? Dumb ninja, what you thinking about? But hey, thumbs up the video, share the video, subscribe to the channel. Next subscribe button is the bell icon button. Hit all notification, increase your chance. Get notifications. We go live or drop a video. Financially want to support the channel. Cash App, $ CJ Good 313. Venmo CJ Good 313. PayPal link in description. Hit the link tree. Find me on Twitter, Instagram, Spotify, Anchor, Cash App, Venmo, PayPal, Apple Podcasts, Google Podcasts, the whole nine. Appreciate y'all. Peace.